What you didn't get charged for?
Oh, she woke up 2 minutes, 45 minutes ago. Freezing cold today, like, oh God. Don't forget to push the like button until you come on. Keep the channel running smooth. Stevie Billingham's. Okay, mate. Okay. Official topic talk. Steve, how you doing? I'm seeing you for a while, brother. Stephen Boyle, Hoyle, is it Hoyle? Stevie Hoyle, Billings. I think it is from Ireland. Get up the Irish. Cookie Life. Good evening, mate. Papa Lazaro. Big brag. Okay, mate. What's the walk? Come on, it's cold tonight, isn't it? What about yous? See, even it's slow coming on here tonight. People are freezing. I bet she's just upstairs. Got the little ankle socks are better when you're on the live. Them thicker ones are too thick. You get feet hot. 2 feet, you're hot. 2 feet. Your feet are too hot. And then these little thin ones are nice and tight on around your ankles and stuff. They're good for when you're wearing the straighties when you're outside when it's warm. They're good for going on the sunbed as well, because I don't like going on them sunbeds, with your bare feet. So we can have verrucas or anything. So I always wear a pair of socks when I go on the sunbed. Standing up ones. Don't like just lay down ones. They always get weird around here. I've been on 3 times. I'm starting to get a bit tan now. Colin Maguire, your son for Liverpool. John Hugo, evening, mate. On the men's evening. Is that you, John? Yeah. I'm quite far from on the end. I'm nowhere near. Can't get there, mate. It's just never ending with it. Hugo. Who else was on tonight? I don't even new people on. Official topic talks on. I'd just like to say before we go anywhere, my friend Dale Brennan Hyde, author, bare knuckle fighter, wonderful person. Knew Dale for quite a few years. Got up with him so the first day I met him. Lovely lad, passed away. I don't know, we got the message today. I don't know if it was yesterday or today. He's passed away. We sadly missed. Our thoughts and prayers with his family. Wonderful person. So just like to say on behalf of him, we love you all well. But I said to him when he wouldn't speak to many people, he spoke to me and Emma, and he said, "Look," I said, "Look, just." He couldn't go any further because the cancer was that bad, really bad. I said, "Just go to sleep now, Dale. The Lord wants to take you up there because you've had enough pain. You've gone through it 3 times now." So he had it that bad. He had to take all his organs out. And he fought again for about another 3 years. He kept fighting. But it was just it just come back again, very aggressive. He was laughing and joking on the phone and everything the week. About 3 weeks ago, he was told that he wasn't going to make it. And next 1 or 2, he'd be gone by the next 1 or 2 days. And he lived another 3 weeks. That was Dale, the fighter in him. Oh, what a wonderful lad he was. Like I say, lovely person to get on with. Every time I needed out, he was there for us. He'd come to the hospital to see me when I was bad. Come to the house to see me quite a few times when I was poorly. One of them people that never asked for nothing. I know I was there for you if you needed it. But yeah, it'll be sad seeing him go. But I said to him, don't forget, I'll be on them gates for you. You're up there before me on the kingdom of heaven and them gates. And get me a job on the gate. We'll be working the doors. So if your name's not down, me and Dale's up there. We'll be up there. You won't be coming in. Glenn Cobb, yeah, So Colin Maguire, so like Dale said to me, you keep doing what you're doing, big fella, because a lot of people are relying on you. Even that, he said, when I needed you, you were always there for me. He said, and when I was struggling and stuff like that, you always helped me. And every time you come on the phone, I'd be down in the dumps and that. You'd speak to me after half an hour, and I'd feel good. He said, and every time I come to see you, you lit up the room with us. But he was the same with us. He was a really good person. Yeah. So don't forget, push the like buttons, guys. Push the topic talk. My eyes watering on the side. He's been attacking us, covered in marks. Before you think I'm on heroin around, the pups ripped me to pieces. There's scars all over my hands. Look at bite marks all over me. He's biting me to death. Like I'm a little vampire in the middle of the night when you're sleeping. Your hands on the side of the bed, you'll bite your fingers. He's so alert, you know, like prop. Well, that's what they are, guard dogs, aren't they? Tom Span, Freedom, Steve Mack, Peter DeFox, Steve Weisberling, Steve Mack, Freedom, yeah. Catching these all up here now. Official topic talks on. Evening, mate. Yeah. Freedom, good evening, brother. Biscuit, Rich Biscuit, 78. Yeah, it is 78. I thought it was. He didn't put that on last week, so I told him off to put it back on. I remember his name by that, you know. Good lad, him. Still knackered. My dad's still totally. We phoned the hospital this morning. Jamie phoned at 8:30. He's like, he's hanging on. They've told him like the other day he might pass away yesterday, today, or next week. They don't know, but he's beating all the odds at the moment. But he's really, really poorly. We're waiting for the results coming back to see what the full results are. But he's definitely got pneumonia, and he's definitely had cancer for the last 20 years on and off. He's beat it, come back, a bit like Dale. It's gone away, it's come back. It's gone away, it's come back. But now he's that bad. I've had to put a catheter on. Probably, if he does survive it, he'll probably be on that forever. But the main thing, he had no water in his body because to give him put a tube down his throat, like a camera, to his stomach and his chest. And as it's gone down, it's tore a bit of his esophagus, and it's got into an infection. The infection, he can't swallow, so he couldn't swallow water. He couldn't be stubborn. He just sat there like he wouldn't go out. So Jamie made him go to the hospital now. So they got the drips in him the other day, and he's starting to pick up a bit. And then with the antibiotics have been in for 4 days now. They said so. It's like that. It's like 1 minute his bloods are all over and perfect, then they're not, and then they aren't. And so it's been up and down like that. So for the last couple of days. So, but he's still fighting. He's in the hospital still, but absolute nightmare all at once. These things. But that's what God does when He tests you. If it's time to go, it's time to go. You can't do nothing about it. If He wants to take you, He got to take you. My dad doesn't want to be here. You can see he doesn't want to stay. He said, I don't want to be here, son. He said, I just want to go to sleep. I said, if you want to go to sleep, Dad, you'll go to sleep. I said, but you never give up. Look at me. You never give up in your life with anything. He said, so don't give up on life because it's the most precious thing you've got. I think he's sick of when he had the chemo thing. I think it was that one when you get the injection or something. Jamie used to take him every, I can't remember, 70 days in a row, something like that, 70, so many days. I remember it was 70. You had to go and you had to sit in a chair and sit there. There was other people sat in the chairs next to him. You had to get that. But it was prostate cancer. And it went away and he got it back again and it went away. We don't know if it's come back there again. But I think it's gone in his lungs and his lungs and his stomach as well. So, but the good thing is he's in the best place. You're going to get any chance of living. That's the best place to be, in the hospital, surrounded with people who know what they're doing. In the hospitals, and obviously they're there straight away with all the best of the equipment and the best doctors and everything else is in there, and the best medications on hand straight away for them. So that's good. But the other day he looked like he was going to make out. Jamie said, I don't think he's going to make it, Brian, today. So everyone was down. I said, oh, don't get down. Everyone keep up high, keep your spirits up. Carol, welcome to the show. Love you all the world. I'd lead off his partner, another lovely lady, will come to the hospital for me. Very good friend of Dale's as well. Yeah, sad to hear him go, but like I say, Dale fought it, and he just wouldn't give in. He never ever moaned, he never ever complained, he never got upset. He just kept fighting it, really good, like a warrior. He just kept going. But sometimes you just got. I said to him, sometimes you just got to give up, Dale. You just got to give in and just say, look, the Lord wants me. So he wants you on them gates of heaven, and I want a job next day. And he started laughing his head off. I said, no, you'll get past us, will they? He's laughing his head off. But yeah, it was good to talk to him. Like I say, for a few days on and off, and then he just he wanted to go home and die at home. Just didn't want to sit in the hospital and people come around. He wanted people who loved him, all the family and that were around him. So that was a good way to go, knowing that. They said, look, you're going to go, but we don't know when. But the thought was like I say, he lasted about 3 weeks, roughly, and more than what he was going to have thought. But you could tell he was going because he was sending his messages and his spellings were getting wrong, and his spellings were brilliant. He's getting little messages wrong, little things wrong in the messages and that. But the spirit was still there, you could tell. But sadly, he's no longer here now. He's gone. Thank you very much, Freedom. You're a legend, mate. Thank you for helping the show out. Official talk. Yeah. Carol used to come to the hospital to see me when I was bad. She used to sneak me bacon butties in. Not iron bars to get out or guns out to get out. Bacon sandwiches to keep me alive. Fucking, I was starving to death in that in the hospital. I lost 38 pounds of weight in 3 weeks. I was only getting, I was getting 500 calories a day. I was probably eating about 3,000 calories a day. When I thought I went in, I was 22 stone. I come out and I lost fucking about 4 stone, 4 or 5 stone. But I put a bit of weight back on now. But I'm glad I've lost it anyway because my waist, I've lost about 8 inches, 9 inches off my waist. Well, that body fat's gone off me now. Body face and all that's gone. So I'm over the moon because I'm still doing the high intensity interval training 3 times a week. And I'm training a little bit heavy twice a week. And then I'm doing a little bit of biking on the bike or just shadow boxing in my bed, doing daft little moves and that just to keep moving. My Auntie Joyce was there yesterday at the hospital. She's nearly 82-year-old. That's my dad's sister. And she's not 60-year-old. She's unbelievable. Walks everywhere. Super fit. She's got like unbelievable. About 9 stone she is. And she walks everywhere. Fit as a lock. Honest to God. Unbelievable. She said, if you don't move it, I said, I don't believe that. I say it all the time. If you don't move it, you'll lose it. Yeah. So a lot of people asking me about steroids. So instead of me not saying nothing and people taking them, getting them all wrong, making themselves ill, and people, I'm going to tell you how to take them properly. I'm going to tell you, I'm not saying you should take them, but the first thing you got to do is go to the doctors, tell them you want to go on steroids, tell them if they see you like in your late 50s or late 40s and you're feeling down and depressed and you feel like you've got no energy, go and get tested to see if your testosterone levels, the hormones are right. So they'll give you the blood test to see if your blood pressure is right, and they'll give you a blood test to see if you're producing the right amount of testosterone in your body. If not, you can get replacement THC replacement therapy, hormone therapy. You can get that. Dorian Yates takes it. It was ex-Mr. Olympia, and he's got people on it with a man called Kenny Keys. I was a doctor, top bloke. He has all the doors and that, and he's got top doctors with him. And they're saying there was most people are getting diabetes and stuff like that, and all these other secondary illnesses, cancers and all that stuff, is because there's not enough testosterone in the body. The testosterone will just, if you fall over, you're more prone to break bones if you've got no testosterone in your body, and you're more prone to fall over because you're weak, because the testosterone's not high enough. And even women need to go and test, see if they've got enough testosterone in the body, because they produce it as well, but nowhere near as much as a man. So that's why you're down. It's like you're down, your hormones are down. So if you get tested, they can replace it by giving you a bit of gel stuff you can get on your arm, or you can get an injection maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks off the doctor. They'll go maybe 2 weeks, I think it is, and it replenishes. So all they're giving you back is the steroids what you produced when you were in your 20s. When you get to 30, 31, 32, you start losing about 1%, 0.5% every year. So over the years, by the time you say 60, you've lost maybe 40, 50%. So you're 50% less hormone of testosterone in you. So if that's not in your body, then your skin's not 100%, your teeth, your hair, everything starts depleting. So if you get tested by the doctor and get tested and see what's in your system, you might be okay, you might be fine, but they can tell by just a blood test and it can tell if you need it. Another one, you need to get tested. Make sure you get diabetes test as well, because a lot of people between 45 and 55 start getting it at that age because they're getting to the age where your testosterone levels has dropped, and you're not burning fat off as much with that, because the testosterone helps to burn fat up your body as well, helps your growth hormone work better. So if you're not producing the testosterone, it's a chance of getting diabetes is a lot higher than it would be. But the thing to eradicate diabetes is if you train 2 or 3 times a week on a high intensity interval training, like long walks, swimming, jogging, bit of boxing on a bag, anything like that, weight training, weightlifting, powerlifting, skipping, any type of exercise that makes your heart pump like mad. So when your heart is pumping and pumping and pumping, it's pushing around the blood's opening your veins up, keeping your veins nice and open, clean like that, so nothing's building up in the veins, because that's what happens when you sit about. The main thing it gives you is 2 things: is sugar is the worst thing for it. That gives it builds up it starts clogging up around there. It's like a wash machine, it starts building up that clog and all that stuff, and it starts getting blocked. That's what it's like, your arteries. But if you've got something pushing through it, like a hose pipe of water, it would clean the pipe out. So that's what it's like. So your veins start getting blocked, and the ones in your brain where you get a little blockage here, that's where you get a stroke in your brain, because you've got a blockage of the build up of the sugar. The blood can't flow through the arteries, so it blocks up and it just stops. So if that blood can't get to the brain starts suffocating. It's got no oxygen, and it just cuts off, and you have a mini stroke, or you have a stroke or a heart attack. The heart attack's the same. If it can't get to the ventricles and the heart and stuff, it just blocks it, and it just stops. And when it stops, it just bursts. And it just bursts when the ventricles are, the heart just stops, because it can't compensate with all the blockage. There's not enough blood getting to the heart to save you, and you're not breathing enough oxygen in there, so it gives you a heart attack. So that few things is eating a decent food, doing a little bit of exercise 2 or 3 times a week, walking, running, jogging, anything like that, even weight training, weightlifting, powerlifting, anything like that. That eradicates you from getting it, because you're pushing the arteries round and round and round the blood. It's like if you don't move it, you'll lose it. If you just sit about doing nothing with your legs get more. There's another thing that'll happen if you start getting the steroids off the doctor, the gel off him, or the hormone replacement therapy. What helps, it strengthens up the bone density in your bones, because you haven't got no test in there. So that's what your body lives with, that testosterone. So it builds everything up in your body, like your tendons, your ligaments, your bones, osteoarthritis. It helps to strengthen all them things back up, because you stop producing them when you're not producing testosterone. So all them things start to decay, because they're not getting the testosterone around your body. And it does help your body fat keep down. It gets you out of bed in the morning, things like that, and gets you going, and get you started. But when you haven't got any in, you're just lethargic, you're down, you feel depressed. And a lot of the time you're depressed, it's not the depression you've got, it's because you've got the lack of energy in your body, because you can't do what you want to do. I'm going to go and get the bus, I'm going to have a walk down the town. You get the halfway down the road, you think, I can't be bothered. That's your body's got no testosterone in it, so you need to go and see the doctor. He will give you a jab, take a little bit of blood, and put it in a machine. A week later, so you'll get it back, and he'll take you in front of you and tell you what's wrong with you and what's not wrong with you. But it's no use just going out there and taking steroids yourself. But them young lads who are taking them, just for them ones out there who are taking them, what you need to do is it's like if you went out for a drink of alcohol, you wouldn't drink a pint of whiskey, or you wouldn't drink 2 pints of whiskey in one night. You might have a couple of pints, because that's what you start off with. Like, you don't drink like a maniac when it advises to anyone. So if you're going to take steroids, all you need is 1 shot a week to start you off with. But when you take that shot, break it up into 2 shots. So if you take a shot on the Monday, you could just take, this would be the best way to take it, I would say. If you want to start taking, I would take something like testosterone cypionate, which is 250 ml to 200 ml. I want to take any type of test. All tests are the same. They all call tests. They all work in different ways, but they all the same thing. So the same test as test. So the cypionate is probably the best, but I would take it. I'd take 0.5 on a Monday, 0.5 on a Wednesday, and 0.5, which is half a mil, on the Friday. Now, why you take it like that is because when you take a steroid, you first take it. It's called a half-life. So you've got the first life in it, which is about 48 hours. Then after 3 days, it starts coming out. Now, when it starts coming out after 48, it's at strongest within the first 48 hours. So it'd be like a woman having the periods at the end of the month, she's all rattling down. So what happens, your hormones and your bloods are high from Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, it goes down. So then your hormones are up and your highs are kite, and you're like, not high meaning off your head like on cocaine or something. Your bloods are all high, so you're all flying, you're all happy and everything, you're strong and everything. But then when they start coming down, you start going flat, meaning like you feel like it's coming down. So the hormones coming out of your body, and that's when you get roid rage. This is the one I'm telling you, because most people are getting out there getting roid rage. They don't know why they're getting it. The reason why you're getting it, you're taking something like 2 or 3 ml of stuff, thinking, well, I'll just have one jab and one jab, I'll get out of the way, and that's it for the week. But what you're doing, you make yourself ill, because you're taking 3 ml of gear, which is a ton of gear in one go. 3 ml. Never took that much in my life. Most I ever took was 2 ml in one go. So you're taking 3 ml in one go, and then you're having no gear until the next 7 days later. So your hormones will be high as a kite for 2 days, and then low as hell for 5. And that's when you're like, oh, you're looking at you, and you start arguing with people again. Especially another thing is no good taking alcohol and cannabis on it, because it doesn't work. The cannabis stops the steroids working, and so does the alcohol. Don't work the same. I've never took nothing, no drugs, no smoking, nothing. I flew. All I used to take when I very first got it, I just started off on the tablets. Started off on Dynabol. When Dynabol first came out in India, Bombay was the very first place it came from. I think it was America was the very first. Sorry, it was the Germans. It came out. They wanted a drug where they could give the troops stuff, where they could keep going. So Dynabol was the first food of the gods, they call it, because it kept them going and going. So Dynabol now isn't Dynabol. There's no Dynabol around no more. No, they used to make it in India, Bombay, and it used to come in a little creamy coloured packet with a bit of pink on it, and there were tiny little like pinky red tablets. You take them, put them under your tongue, like a saccharin. They were like, they were the proper ones, and they were 5 milligram. Now these new ones called Dynabol, these blue ones, they're not. These new ones that are out, these other ones that are 50, not Dynabol, the other ones are out 50 Naplons. They're not Naplons. There's no Naplons left now. The Naplons were made in Mexico, and they were made in there in the 70s and 80s and 90s. There's been none around since then. So whoever's making these blue ones and saying the Naplons, all they are is Dynabol doubled up. So the 10 milligram Dynabol tablets, and putting Naplon on the package, pretending that's what they are. So they're just bullshit. There's no such thing as 50 Naplons. There's no such thing. They stopped making them years and years ago. But the best testosterone, let's say, the test. So if you take your shot on a Monday, it starts going out Tuesday, Wednesday. By Wednesday, it's starting to go. So if you have the shot on a Wednesday, it's straight back up. So then you have no roid rage, it's all back up. You're like, you're all happy again and everything. So if you take it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 times a week, just 0.5 milligram. That's all you need. You don't need any more than that. Stay on that for a while. And when you've been on that maybe a month or so, then you can up it by just taking another 0.5 mil. So you'd be on 1. I could just even go one shot. You're only on 3 mil a week then. So it's not loads and loads of gear. And just go up like that, and then be on that for 2 months. Stay up for 2 months. And then go up again, and then just stay on that for another 2 months, and then come off. Just come off the gear. And when you come off, you've got to take other hormones to help your testicles come back in. Like HCG, human chronic gonadotropin. Now, human chronic gonadotropin is made from women's urine, pregnant women's urine, and you use that and you inject it in yourself. You take that when you're coming off the gear so many times a week, but you'll read up on it if you see HCG, human chronic gonadotropin is called, and you take that and it helps to kick your testosterone back in. But if you don't, your testicles shrink when you're on the gear as well, because you're producing artificial test, but it still doesn't have the body. But it does take, because you're producing that much of it, you're producing more than what you would do. They do shrink, but you come and take that human gonadotropin, and that helps kick your hormones back in. But don't just go out there and stick in loads of mils and mils and mils. So what happens is, if that bottle's full there with Lucozade, and if I filled that with water, no matter how much I kept trying to fill it, once it's full, it's full. So you've got the things in your body called receptor sites, where the steroid goes into. Them receptor sites, Tom Platt said to me, just take a tiny bit and never ever fill up to the brim, because then you're always you're okay. So once you've filled them and you're taking more and more, so what happens is the receptor lights just start spilling over. You just peeing out. You go to the toilet, pee out. So you're just peeing out the steroid because you can't hold it in your body because you've got enough in already. So it's full to the brim. So if you kept on look at it in there, or water, or whatever, it just keep overflowing and overflowing because the receptor sites are in your body, they can only handle so much. So it'd be like drinking alcohol. You drink so much alcohol and then you pass out because you can't take any more. But I'm not saying you're going to pass out the steroid, you're not. But don't think, I'll take more than this amount. It doesn't work like that. You only can take what your body can receive in its system, which is the receptor site. For these young lads who are taking it. So I'm just doing this because I've been with these people in Durham and all sorts. What little Don was telling me. They're taking 4 mil a week in fact. So you can't digest that much in one go. It's impossible. 5 mil syringes again, everything, and plus it's dangerous because it's making your blood go so high, you have a massive heart attack. So I'm doing this video to stop people having heart attacks and stop people fucking taking overdoses on it. And you don't need loads, especially. I wouldn't take any gear. I first went on the gear when I was 22 and a half. And I went on one Dynabol a day for a week, and then I went on two, then I went on two, then I went on one, then I went on one, I think it was for 6 weeks, and I put 25-30 pounds on. So you can, because you haven't took it before, it flies on you, the weight. But with the Dynabol and stuff like that, with them, it's a lot of water you take on the Dynabol. You get a lot of water on. And another way to take it, if you want to be into like sports type of training, that's the bulk one. You can take tablets with it if you wanted to. The Dynabol tablets, what they use now, they still work, but they're not like the old days. And you can take maybe 2 or 3 of them a day with the test. You can take like the Dynabol tablets 5, 6, 7 days a week, and you take your test Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But you don't really take any more than that. The tablets really, really toxic on your liver, but when you're younger, it's not so bad. When you're older, they're not good because they make your liver up and your blood pressure goes through the roof with them, and they give you roid rage. But if you're doing it properly, where your hormones are still in your system all the day, every day, 6, 7 days a week, you're all level, you'll be okay. It's when they're up and down, you go, oh, you're looking at it, you start arguing with your wife in the house, and arguing with people in the street, arguing with people on the door, having fights with people. It's not having a breakdown, it's the steroids that are making you bad because you're taking too much, and because your hormones are up, because your hormones are down. And that's what's happening to you on the steroids. Rachel Marie, are you up? You're okay? Making tea, glad you're well. Too, matey. I think that's somebody else reading, is it? Paul Plus, well. Yeah, I haven't managed to pick up. Pointless, I feel. Well, no, it isn't pointless if you're not training. You're talking rubbish there, mate. You take it because you've got none in your system. If you're not producing it, you're not going to produce it because you can't produce it. You can't produce it. The body, the doctor will tell you you're not producing it. So the doctor gives you the stuff the doctor gives you the stuff, and then you will be able to pick up the bar. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. If you listen to me properly. You do take it. Why do you think all these people all around the world, millions of people are taking replacement therapy off the doctors all over? They're not just for a joke. It's not just for a laugh. They're giving it to them to sustain their life. Some people are lasting 20 and 30 years longer because the replacement therapy they're taking, and it does work. There's millions of people that are taking it all over the world, and it works. You've seen the people. You can see somebody 60-year-old and somebody like Aldero who's not taking it. It looks terrible. And I know people who are taking it in the 60s. They look brilliant. And all they're doing, they're getting a little bit of gel on their hands off the doctor. They'll take it, like a bit of gel every day, and it goes into the system and it boosts your testosterone levels up. So what's wrong with taking that? Well, it's a natural thing you're taking anyway because you produce it when you're younger. You just can't produce when you get older. So some people might be 40 and stop producing it. Some people might be 60 and still getting loads in the system. So everyone's different. We're all made up different, but not taking it. Well, why wouldn't you take it when you can go and get it off the NHS free? And you can get it for thinking it's making people live like a lot longer, and it's making their lives a lot better. They're sleeping better. They're not getting diabetes through it. They're getting out better. They'll be able to walk down the town. The strength in the legs comes back. The strength in the hands come back. The diabetes, like I say, you don't get diabetes because it stops you getting it. It eradicates it. So why wouldn't you take it? Because this is the thing. What all the people are taking, and most of the people who are taking it look marvelous. Totally different. You look at them. 6 months ago from being on it. It takes about 3 months to kick in properly, and the massive difference is unbelievable. I've seen loads around their thinking. I've told people to go and get it, and they've come to my house about 3 or 4 months later, and they've come to see me after they've been at my house. I went, you were on the hormone therapy, and I went, yeah. He said, the difference is unbelievable. He said, I'm up every morning, I'm walking the dog, I couldn't do anything. He said, I just slept all day long, 12, 15 hours a day, sleeping. And that's what happens because your body's not producing the testosterone what you used to produce when you're younger. So when you get older, you lose 1%. When you get to 30, some people lose like 28, 1%, 1.5% every year. So I don't know why people say, oh, why wouldn't you take it if you're not? I think I can understand that. Because if somebody said to you, there's some antibiotics, you've got pneumonia, you take it to help yourself, the same type of thing. So all you do is like a medicine you're taking. By taking it, it's just a bit of stuff on your hand, you rub it in like a gel you can get if you're scared of needles. I can get a jab off the doctor once a fortnight to make your life longer and last longer. But the ones that the kids are taking, they're taking tons of it. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't need that much. You only need a little bit. Because when you're younger, when you say 20-year-old, 21, 22, 24, 5, but your body's still producing tons and tons of it. It only stops producing when you get in your late 30s. So you don't really need it till you get to your 30s, really. But if you're taking it and try and get a boost to get it because you want to go on stage and compete and stuff, you better just having a 0.5 ml 3 times a week. Because if you just take some people think, well, I'll just take the full three shots in one go. But that way, you think, because I don't want to jab myself 3 times a week to see you're a little bit scared of the needle or something. But you're better having that little jab and get something to do properly. It's got to be high up on the left-hand side of your bum there, not in the middle where your sciatica nerve is, because if you hit your sciatica nerve, you get paralyzed. So you can go and get it. You can go to the doctor and get people, or you can go to certain places where they can give you this. Plus 40 was on for the younger. Again, that's also gear. Safe over 40s. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm right. So you're saying I'm right. Your sex drive goes down as everything. So it does. When you get sometimes at a certain age, 35, 40, your sex drive goes down because you're not producing the testosterone. If you have taken steroids in a mass dose when you're younger, then it can help you. What can happen is you take tons and tons of it when you're young. By the time you get to 35 or something, your body's used to taking that much of it. You don't produce it when you come off it. So that can happen again. That's probably what's happened to Steve. He's probably been on it when he's younger. And he's got older. He's been taking it over the years and saying, I'll just stop now. And because you just stop, you can't just stop because your body's used to producing it the way you're taking it when you've been younger. So you'd have to take it when you're plus 40. But it does make you, he'll tell you yourself, if he's on here, if he says, he'll tell you the energy, what you pick up and the difference. I'm trying to help some people. People are saying, yeah, you need to. Well, that's the thing. You need to get to the doctors, mate, and get the cream rubbed on your hands or something like that, because you won't last that long because you're not producing tests in your body. That's what it is. If you got your arms, you can't even open a needle or something like that. There's no way. It's just 250 GP every 2 weeks. Thank you very much, mate. Autistic man, there's one there getting off the autistic side. Anyone comes out and tells the truth, I'm over the moon with it. Because and what's the difference for you, autistic man, from when you had it and you don't have it? I'd say there 2 weeks HRT gives me energy for days. Yeah, then, and it also strengthens your ligaments, your tendons, your bones, your teeth. It helps your eyes. It brings everything back on, because when you're taking that, it's like going back to when you're 20-year-old. So you're taking a hormone, what you already take, you already is in you, but it's in abundance in your body when you're younger. But when you get to 30 odd, you don't produce it no more. So why not take it? Why not take it? Think, well, I'll take that. It's only the steroids I'm taking when I was a kid. It was in my system when I was young. So I'll take that, but don't go and take 1,000 mil a week and all that shit, because then you just fucking wasting it. You don't get any bigger. The most I ever took was 2 tests, 2 Deca and 2 sus. That was 6 mil, and I was 24 stone. I was training 3 days a week, 3 days a week, 7 days a week. 3 times a day, 7 days a week. I was training biking, fucking 10-mile bike rides and everything. So I was training mad. But I didn't go anymore. You see these others taking 6 mil in one go. I'm thinking, what the fucking point? You stick that in, it just comes out the other end. You just piss it out. Your body cannot. It's like having, it's like alcohol. I say, you can only drink so much alcohol and you just pass out because your body's full. You end up like them. Fucking the Wizard of Oz. Rock the seed, the wizard, but your sex drive would just go down. But it really kicks it back in. But that's how to take it. Don't be taking like oh, I'll have 3 mil in one go, and then that's it. Say you're on 3 mil a week. Say you're taking 1 deca, 1 test, 1 sus. You take it all, and here's another one for you just before. I won't talk about it all now, just letting people, giving a quick heads up for people who are older, mainly. And if these young kids are taking loads in the gym, it doesn't mean to say you go to the gym 15, you don't take steroids, because what you're taking would be not beneficial, because you're probably producing more than what you're taking off the 0.5 mil 3 times a week. So you'd have to take loads more. So it's a waste of time taking gear when you're 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, maybe 25. You could go on it, because then it might start dissipating a little bit. But usually when you're 30, 31, 32, it starts coming out. But when you're a young kid, 16, you don't need nothing. What you need to do is just train hard as you can. Sleep as much as you can. Eat loads of protein, low carbohydrates, and obviously a little bit of fat in your diet. And you'll just grow in abundance, because that's when you grow your biggest. When you're young, when I trained at 13, I just grew and grew and grew. You get bigger and bigger and bigger. But later on in life, you have to go on the gear to keep your body boosted when you're like, say, 50, 60-year-old, because you don't produce what you did when you were a kid. So if you're not producing that hormone, it keeps you young, keeps your sex drive up, it keeps you walking better, it keeps your eyesight better, it keeps your teeth, it keeps your hair, it keeps your skin. The biggest organ in your body is your skin. People get mixed up and go to the liver. The biggest organ is your skin. The skin is an organ, but helps replenishes all your skin back and everything. So, but you don't take loads, because you don't need loads. You just need that 0.5 mil. He's getting like once every 2 weeks, but the doctors do that because they're too fucking lazy to do it every week. But you're better off taking 0.5 mil, 0.5 mil, 0.5 mil, because then every 0.5 mil you have 3 times a week you're taking it. You put that, like you said, it lasts him for days. So you last him for 2 or 3 days. Monday, that'll last 2 or 3 days, and 2 or 3 days. So it'd never be out your system, it'd just be going round in a circle. That's why if you can do it and get somebody to do it, the 3 times a week, 0.5 mil a week of test, it's constantly in your system. So you're not going up and not going down, not going up, not going. So it's like going up and down when your depression's up and then your depression's down, your depression's up, your depression's down. That's because the hormones are going up and down. See, because it starts coming out after 48 hours. Anavar's a tablet. They're not good. Anavar. Any tablets are not very good. They're not good at all. Especially like Winstrol. Winstrol you take, it's a liquid form. It's white. It's like milk. You inject that, and what it does, it dehydrates, it dries up your joints inside, so you end up with bad shoulders, bad neck. But like me, before the pieces, so I took that, and it wasn't nice at all. And what happens with that Winstrol, it's fast acting, so it's in your system. So you take it nearly every day, and so it's really dries up, not the muscle tissue, but it dries up your bone density in your shoulders and your elbows and stuff. And the thing is with that, I remember a lad taking it, and what he done. He was listening to me take it every day. So what he done is he took half a test Cypionate, which is oil based, and the half a test fucking Winstrol, and mixed it in the same syringe and stuck it in his arm. I thought, you fucking idiot. So you know yourself, what happens to oil and water when it mixes? It doesn't mix, does it? It's fucking like, well, it goes all slushy and everything. So he ended up with he put it in his backside. He ended up with like the size of a cricket ball. They cut all his ass out there. I was in the hospital when they were coming in. I said, "How are you all right?" No, the doctor, no, he was done. He had a big hole in his ass like that. He showed me off the jab. They had to cut it out. It was like a cricket ball, like it had been on his backside. They took it out, and they had to fill it up with a select type of filler where it built up the skin, like gauze type of stuff, and it built up his skin again. But it took about 6 months to get back to normal because he'd injected test was oil and water together, and you just not doesn't match. It's like when your head gasket blows, it's all that sludgy stuff and everything. He's never the same after that. So you can't put oil and water together. You got all these fucking people talking shit about steroids. If you do this, it'll work better, and this and doesn't. Yeah, Rod Ross, cheers, mate. Denny's it denies it. Wolverine Mega Anavar. See, they're like, when they get in shape, they've got the best of food. They've got growth hormone, and they're not telling you about the growth hormone, shred you to fucking pieces. They've got fucking top doctors there, monitoring them and all the machines and everything. And they're going there, and all they do is get like that for 6. They'll train for 10 weeks for the film, and you'll see them after the film. They just look like normal again because they're only like that for 10 weeks, like James Bond when he gets shredded and all that. But it's a 10-week course to take a gear, so it's only 10 weeks in your system, so it's not going to affect you. They don't take loads, but they take a little bit of different ones, and they build up slowly. But they're only like that for 10 weeks. Like bodybuilding, you see them massive ripped and everything. That's only for one day. When they go back to normal, the water goes back under the skin, so you can't see the muscle as much. So they're not ripped all day, all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's only for one day. If they're out by 10 minutes, I've seen them on stage getting bigger or losing it. You can see them like the water. He's timed it wrong. So he's on stage there like that, going like that, and he's getting more water's going under the skin. So if the water goes under the skin, the water stops the muscle from popping out. So you've got to time it so all the water's out. What they do is they take depletion of carbohydrates for so many days, say 48 hours, and then they'll take loads of carbohydrates for 48 hours, because they take the water out of the muscle and they take the water out of the skin. So the skin's like, so it's shredded. So what they do is the water takes about a week to go under the skin, or maybe a bit long, a little less, or 3 days. So it only takes 24 hours to come out of the muscle. So it comes out of the muscle. So it goes back under the skin. And when it's under the skin, you can see the muscle is ripped. But when it goes back into the muscle, it only takes 40 hours to go back into the muscle. It takes 40 hours, so then they're rock hard because the skin's dead tight then, so it hasn't gone under the skin yet. It takes about 3 days to go under the skin, the water. So you've got that little window of a time, maybe for a couple of hours, to get it right. And you've been training all year, for a year, just for 10 minutes on stage doing this pose now. You can get it. You can be on stage, and within 10 minutes of pose, and the water can start going under the skin. And then you'll do that, and you'll look flat. It's called being flat. You'll do that, and you'll try to be ripped, and you'll be all smooth. But that's no good. You have to be ripped to the bone. It's the hardest sport in the world, but to keep right. Because if you have a week off training a couple of weeks off training when you're on what do you call it, if you box or something, you feel better. If you have a couple of weeks off when you're sprinting or something, you feel better. You have a couple of weeks off training, you start losing muscle after 2.5, 3 weeks. So you lose it. So it's the only sport in the world. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's the hardest one. Not boxing wise, it's the hardest sport because you're getting punched off people. But it's the hardest one to keep disciplined, because you've got to be disciplined 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You've got to wake up in the middle of the night and eat food. You've got to eat every 2.5, 3 hours. You've got to be so disciplined. You can't miss the gym. If you do, you've got to go in and do lighter weights. You've got to do heavy weight. You've got to be on blob all the time. You've got to keep reading, because power is knowledge. The more knowledge you've got, the more power you've got. It's like the bodybuilders now. We're miles ahead of the ones from the 70s, but I like the bodybuilders in the 70s because they had the tiny waist. They used to do that there like that and have a vacuum. This rib cage used to go inside. You could see all the abs and the muscle. The abdominals were perfect. They turn around. About 16 stone, 16 stone, and they're perfect Arnold and all them. They had brilliant physiques. But now they've got a big bubble gut. So when they're taking the growth hormone makes everything grow. Every single thing in your body, everything grows. So your abdominals are growing. They've all got that big bubble gut now. It's like a football. It's like they've got to swallow a Casey. Remember the old Caseys? Like one of them. So when they're on stage doing it, the abs, you can't really see their abs because it's a big round ball. So what happens? You have to go in. You have to get pieces of the stomach lining took out, because the intestines have grew as well. So they have to take pieces of the intestines out as well. That's what they're all like. That's why bodybuilders only go so good for so many years, because after 5 or 6 years on that growth, taking high doses of it starts making the wall of the stomach bigger. Once that gets big, you can't do that about it. You have to have an operation. And 9 times out of 10, you can see bubble gut. You'll see the stomach's like a big bubble. They'll do that there like that to do the abs. It's like a big bubble sticking out. Or they'll do a trap over, and because they're not tensing the abs here, you can see from the sides like a big ball sticking out of the stomach. So sport's gone too far now. They've gone too far. The steroids are all right. The growth's all right, but they're taking massive amounts of growth hormone now, and that's what's ruined it. It's absolutely ruined it. Arnold said they've ruined it, and I agree with him, because I think the bodybuilders of the 80s and 90s were miles better than now. The 70s bodybuilder was great as well. Frank Zane, you got him. He was only 13.5 stone. 14 stone, the most he ever weighed, and he was brilliant. He won at 3. He beat Arnold Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger beat everyone. Beat all over the world. He beat everyone. Went to America, looked at Frank Zane, he went, that little skinny bloke there. But never changed, never thinking a book by its cover. Never, so I'd never, I haven't got a saying now. Never, book. It's cover. You can't get tongue tied. So what he looked at him, because he's only little, but Frank Zane did, he was so clever. He used to keep his top on all the time. Dorian Yates copied off him. Won't let anyone see his physique to say, well, I won't beat him this year, or I won't do this. And giving them heads up so he wouldn't do nothing. So Frank's saying would train on his own. He'd train in the gym with the top on his vest. He'd never take his, he'd have maybe a top on a t-shirt. He'd never take certain things off, only when the show was finished and stuff. But he wouldn't let anyone see what he looked like. And he'd train, he'd be 13 stone 10, and go on stage like that, and he had that pose there, and he just looked like he was chiseled out of rock. And I'm like, wow. And the muscle, when you're 14 stone, a solid muscle, it's not an ounce of fat. He was the very first one to shred. He was the shred ones, where there's nothing shown, not everything shown, just complete muscle. He was the very first of them. He done it to perfection, and he taught Tom Platz how to do it. And Tom Platz followed him. He said, don't let anyone see your physique. Don't let anyone know what you're doing. Keep it out of the way. Train on your own. I'll train with one person and keep it all secret. Don't people love to get in the mirror. As soon as they get in the gym, they've done two. Well, when you're doing that and you look at yourself getting bigger, you don't actually grow when you're training in the gym. What you're doing is called catabolic. So catabolic is you're breaking down the muscle, where you tear it in the little microscopic tears. So you're breaking down, it's ripping and tearing. You can't see it because it's under a microscope. That's how they found out. Years ago, they used to get, I think everyone gets a lactic acid buildup. You can't get any more reps. That's like a pump. But it wasn't actually that. It was the actual tears in the skin, in the muscle. You tear in little, it's called delayed onset muscle soreness. So 2-3 days later, because you're stretching the skin and tearing it, the muscle. So 2 days later, you're, oh, this fucking hammer. Your wife will grab your leg. Oh, my leg, what are you doing, you lunatic? I've just done legs 2 days ago. And then your wife's like, I'll go, hey, have you seen that, Frank? Have you seen that, John? We hit them in the chest. Because the chest had killed that much, because he pushed himself that much. So when you finish training, you put the creatine, the gluten, and the protein, and the amino acids, and your glycogen back in to replenish it. So that replenishes it means it rebuilds up that muscle tissue. So all them little bits of teared stuff, it's like little sculptures going in with plaster and plaster it all back together and putting all the muscle back together. Within 24 hours, you should be back to normal. So when you go to the gym, you keep replenishing what you've lost. And when you're getting bigger, if you're 14 stone, you only have to have, say, 2,000 calories, you've got to up it. Then you get to 15, you've got to up it again. So the bigger you get, the more. It's like having a little mini car. Put a 5 litre, you drive all over. But if you had a 5 litre, you wouldn't even start the engine. So if you had a 1.2 car and then you got a 2 litre car, you'd have to put more fuel in. The 3 litre car, more fuel. 4 litre, 5 litre, you'd have to keep going up because it wouldn't last as long because they're getting bigger. So you've got to eat big to get big. It's no use eating like a mouse, because you end up, if you eat like a mouse or a rabbit, you'll end up, you have that type of physique. So if you eat like a dragon or something, or a fucking a tiger or something, right, you have that thick muscle tissue. But you need to put in more protein, less carbohydrates, and then even less fat. Some people put 50% protein and 25 fat and 25 carbohydrates. Some people do a little bit less, but it's a line called Christine. Yeah, are you, mate? You okay? Somebody asked me for this today. One of the lads on here, he asked me about 8 times. I thought, look, he's asked me, I'm going to have to just tell him. So it's not how many steroids you take, it's the quality of them as well. It's like the fake ones that are out. Don't go and buy them off your mate, 20 quid a bottle, because you know they're going to be shite. Get them off a reputable lab. You'll see them on the internet where they're a proper lab and they're all tested. They've stamped and thingy, because a lot of them, Freedom, thank you very much. God bless you, brother. So when you get them off these backstreet garages, what they do is they'll go in the house and they'll put all the stuff in a bath. They'll clean the bath out, but it has to be under a laboratory condition. Now, laboratory conditions means no oxygen coming in. You'd have to be breathing in, like with a mask on. No oxygen coming in, because the oxygen coming in is full of pollution and full of stuff. So that little bit of oxygen going into the bath, say, into the chemicals in the bath, which is the steroids, and you're loading it up in a syringe. The chemicals are in the air, so you can't have it there. Like we're breathing now, there's chemicals in the air what we can breathe in. But when it goes into a needle and syringe and you inject it in your skin, it goes into your skin, it can build up as a bacteria in your skin and make you ill. So you're buying them ones off people back street going, oh, I'll give you 3 bottles for 20 quid, you know, it's fucking shit. My nanny always used to say, my nan was a very wise woman, she said, you only get what you pay for. And that's what it's like a car. You go and pay 200 quid for a car, you know it's going to be a fucking shed. You go and pay fucking £50, £20 for a pair of shoes, you know they're going to be shite, or be run about with. So you only get what you pay for. It's the same with anything, you know. Nice big soft bed, the Emma bed, you know, them beds, Emma beds, like them type. They're good, great. But if you go and buy just a cheap bed, you're going to have a bad back. You're going to have this, that, and the other. So you only get what you put in the life as well. So if you're training, push yourself to the limit in the gym, but don't don't take too many steroids because it's detrimental because you take too much. You just overload your body, and it just stops. You once it gets to the receptor site, you can't get any more in. You just go to the toilet and pee now, so it's just a waste of money. So like I said, if you just take half a mil Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you've still got 1.5 mil, and that's better for you than actually. And the next week you could stand that for a month, and you could go on like 3/4 of a mil, 3/4 of a mil, 3/4 of a mil for a month, and you could go on the next month a full mil Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that's like 3 months on it, and then come off the next one, just come off slowly, come down to half a mil. So you could go on it for like 4 months, 5 months, and then come off it for at least 2 months to get out of your system. And here's another one what people do. So this is for like the ones who want to get fit and the ones who want to get strong, and the ones who want to get ones who want to be like powerlifters, but they might be in the 50 kilo category of powerlifting, so they can't get any heavier in weight, but they want to get strong. So they're the ones who take things like Masteron, Bolderon, suspension. Now, suspension is a drug what they invented. You take it, and within an hour, within 1 hour, 1 minute, it's out of your system. So you can, when they were going to the Olympics and places like that, these top runners and everything, and they're breaking records. You've seen them in the Olympics, loads of them breaking records, loads of them, nearly all of them taking steroids. So they've got doctors in there, and what they do is they'll take the steroid an hour before the race, like somebody say you've got 10 minutes over, and they'll piss about, just need to go to the toilet and all that shit, and then they say, right, we need a piss test in about an hour after the race, but it's well out of your system after the race because it's well gone, because you've took the suspension and it's only in for an hour. So you take it, when you go to run, you do the run, you're only in there so many seconds, 10 bucket second run, isn't it, in there, so it's in your system for a full hour, then it comes out, starts going out. So you can't find it then. So when they give you a P test, they can't find this, your drug, it's gone. And therefore, you can take that an hour before, so it's not going to be in your system, because you're not going to put weight on either, because you can't put weight on because you've only out of your system an hour and it's back out. So it gives you a boost in your strength for powerlifting or weightlifting. So a lot of weightlifters are using it. They maybe take 2 or 3 shots. But there's another one, they use blood doping. So what they do is they take a pint of blood out of the body an hour before a couple of hours before the show, and your body can produce, I think it's 2 pints back in so many days. I think it can't remember the exact ratio what it is, but your body can reproduce the 2 pints you've took out, 1.5 pint you've took out. Let's say you took a pint out or 1 pint, your body can reproduce it. You can reproduce that back in your system. I think it's over 3 pints you need a transfusion if you've lost more than 3 pints. So if you've took a pint out or 2 pints out, and then you go and put it back in your system an hour before the race or something, and you put it in, you've got an extra 2 pints. Now, the 2 pints, where I'm getting from is your body is called hemoglobin. The hemoglobin in there is called oxygen. So they used to do all these long distance sprinters used to take it because it'd be in the system. So they've got, like, say, average for every, I think it's for 10 stone man's got 10 pints roughly of blood in him. So if you've got 12 pints in, you've got a massive advantage because you've got another 2 pints of oxygen there. Loads of oxygen in the hemoglobin. So the oxygen goes through the hemoglobin in the blood. So the more oxygen you get in your body, the more you can, further you can run, the further you can go. That's what it's like. But that's how they cheat, and that's how they do it. So there was another one doing it. So he was taking it, this lad, and what he was doing, he was taking steroids. He was taking a steroid. I don't know what steroid he was taking, but he was taking steroids. So they got him in. I got told by the lad who was a top runner, he told me. So they got him in. They knew he was taking steroids. They just somebody had asked him what I think of a company. So they got him in, so right, we need to give you a P test. He had no problem. So he's dead confident. So he got the thing out, peed in front of them, peed in the bottle thing. So it went away, came back. He said, do you want the news? He said, you've got good news and bad news. He said, the good news is, no, he said, the bad news is you've failed your test. You've got steroids in your system. The good news is you're pregnant. What he'd done is he got his wife who was pregnant. Silly bastard, because I'll explain what happened. Got his wife, and they go into the where you pee, your bladder. Go into the bladder and take, say, a pint of pee out. So before the race, they'll go into their bladder and take the pee out, so there's no pee in the system, none whatsoever. So his pee's empty because his bladder's empty because he's drained it through a special little tool thing they use, like a tube, and put it in. So they put that in, and then what they do then is they get the woman's, or anyone, your friends even, it could be your mate. But unlucky for him, he used his wife. Now, when you're pregnant, when you're a woman, you produce human chronic gonadotropin, which is HGC. it's human chronic gonadotropin, and the only people who produce that is pregnant women. So they said to me, "Oh, yeah, you've got no steroid in your system, but you're six weeks or 6 months or whatever it was. You're 6 weeks pregnant." I was 6 weeks pregnant. It was 6 weeks pregnant. But obviously, she didn't know she was pregnant because it was only 6 weeks. But that's how he got caught, because he used took his wee out, used his own wife's wee before the race, put it in. And when he went for the P test, because they get the P test every time after the race, it came back. He had human chronic gonadotropin, which is produced by only women. So he had to be cheated. So then he got done for, he got six months ban, I think he got. Had COVID flu, mate, Peter Fox. I don't like needles, but had COVID flu. Yeah, but you don't need to take needles there, Peter. You can just get you can get the gel off the doctor, mate. You can get gel. That's what it's for people who are scared of the needles. You don't need to get injections. You can get in. It's like a gel they give you, and you rub it on yourself on your hand, like the day, like a little bit of day, or you can get a patch on your hand, mate. Honestly, God, the difference when you take it, I promise you, is unbelievable. You stop getting colds as much. You stop getting depressed as much. Your sex life goes up. Yeah, your wife's over the moon. Yeah. So I'm only trying to help people. I would never do anything on our show. Never do anything. I'm full. Not saying I'm a qualified expert in everything, but I know I've been doing steroids since the first time I took steroids. I was 22, but I never ever took a lot. I only took a little bit, and I used to gain maybe 20 pounds of muscle on it and probably lose 10. So, but then I'd stay on it, come off it. So you have to say 8 weeks or 2 months or something. I'd be honest. I'd come off, and then what I would do is I would train until I got that. I'd lose, say, when I come off, I'd lose 10 pounds. So I'd gain 10 pounds off the steroid. So I would then train until I got the other 10 pounds back. So then I'd gain 20 pounds. So all the others would go on, gain 20 pounds, lose 10, 15 pounds, go on, gain 20 pounds, lose 10, 15 pounds. When I went, I'd go and gain 20 pounds, lose 10, I'd put the other 10 back on. So I'd put 20 back on. So when I got back on the gear, I was 20 pounds heavier than I was before I took it. So I put another 20 pounds on. I'd lose 10, 15, and I would train until I got the other 20 pounds back on what I'd lost, because I'd lost it when I was on the steroids, and gain it without the steroids, and then it's natural gains, then you gain it. So it's just a little booster to help you. But it's good for people like our dad. I'm going to try and get our dad to start taking it. I don't fucking tell you what, listen, all the people I've told to get it, I've bumped it about 30 and around them shops. I said, have you ever tried, do you think, because these people have bad with sticks and all that? I went, you ever tried, just in touch, just talk them in a fucking queue at the Tesco's or whatever. And they're like, really, listen, another one's going, I get that, and there's no, like a load of us old men stood together talking. All the shop while the bikes are getting patting and stuff. And I start talking to people and help people. And I say, don't trust me, just go to the doctor, tell him what I've said. And he went to the doctor anyway. I see him in the doctor's again. The next time I see him, he's in the doctor's. Oh, I've been there. He said, oh, it's marvellous. He said, I'm getting out of bed every morning. He said, my strength's come back in my legs. He said, I'm walking the dog. He said, I couldn't even walk the dog. I said, couldn't be bothered to even do anything. I was even going out with my wife. I was just sitting and watching telly all day. He said, all through this, he said, if I knew this 20 years ago, I'd have done it. Son, he's like 70-odd-year-old. And he's taking it, but he just gets the gel, just gets a little bit of gel, rubs it in. The gel rubs in, goes into your skin, and then gives you that boost. It's great for people if you've got osteoarthritis and things like that. It helps you strengthen it back up, and it helps you with arthritis and everything. But so the other one to take, if you want to keep, easier for like these, I tell you what, they would wipe the floor with us. Them fucking, them keep fit ones. What do you call them? They want to put them on. Them ones will fucking do that running and jumping over things on, and they never fucking stop. They're in the mental. And now we're on a fucking bar upside down, doing an hour on a bar, doing all these mad fucking exercises. You'd fall off it after about 5 minutes, holding the bar. He's on it, this lad in the gym over an hour, 2 hours, some of them are on. They jump on the bars, they fucking run press ups, they're fucking running there. It's CrossFit, that's it, CrossFit, they're fucking there. There's the women as well, the women are fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. I seen what it was, I was watching the World's Strongest Man, and that came on. They said, for this year we're going to do CrossFit. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago. I thought, watch what this is, I'll just watch it because I'm bored, obviously, sat in the house fucking depressed, so I love anything to do with sport. And I seen the weight, watch, it's about weightlifting. And this young lad's coming about 22-year-old, she's lifting fucking 300 pounds, squatting down, putting it back down, squatting down, putting it back down, went, fucking hell. And then she's running, jumping on this box, jumping off the box, jumping on the box, jumping off the box, then upside down, press up, on her hands, running across the thing, but on her hands, about 50-metre sprint. then getting on this machine and then putting these things on her shoulders and pressing this thing off her shoulders, back up and back down, back up, and fucking coming off, not an ounce of sweat off her. Unbelievable. And then the young lads are doing the same. Fucking hell. I thought you imagine the cops chasing something like that. You see, fuck it, you can go. Fuck that. Stealth, one goose. Thank you very much, brother. Love you all the well. Yeah, that's it, mate. You're right. Yeah, you're right, son. So they're all at CrossFit. I tell you what, they're super, super fit. Then I thought, well, we won't be that strong. I couldn't believe it. She was doing it. She was deadlifting 400 pounds, going up and down, deadlifting it about 10 reps she's done. I'm like, fucking after sprinting 50, 60 meters or something, with something on her back, then doing press-ups, then doing this on a box, off the box, jump back on a box, off the box. Fuck, you know, like something out of a circus. And then they're not even out of breath. So I watched it. I thought, they're unbelievable. These people, these are a different level. These people, total different level. Don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. So then you get them type of people. Well, they'll take things like Masteron. Now, Masteron was invented for women with breast cancer. They brought it out. I can't remember if it was the 60s or something, 70s. I remember it was brought out. And Masteron was mainly for people with women with breast cancer. But when they started giving it to people, they couldn't believe the amount of muscle tissue they were putting on. It's not a steroid, but it's called Masteron, but it simulates the same thing as a steroid. So they use it, bodybuilders and powerlifters. So they use it to get ripped to the bone. You can run and fucking run. So a lot of mixed martial arts, like the ones who go in the ring where they fight, the mixed martial arts, they all take it, nearly all of them. So what it does, it puts more red blood cells in the body. Obviously, for if you've got cancer, it helps you stop it. So the more red blood cells you've got in your body, the more oxygen you've got. So you don't have to do the blood doping now. So this Masteron, you take the Masteron, you've got to take it it's in your system for it. So you've got to take it, say, 3 times a week. So half a mil, or you can take it 4 or 5 days a week, because it's not that toxic to the body, compared to the other stuff. It's very low toxic because it's got no steroids in it. It's really, really good for long distance running. It's good for boxing if you go in the box. It's good for cycling, all that stuff. They're all taking it now. And the other one's called Boldenon. It used to be called Boldenon and Masteron, and what's the other one called? I can't remember. Boldenon's the name now. Masteron, Boldenon, and I can't remember the bloody name of it is now. It's not Winstron, is it? No, it's something to do, I think. Anyway, what they're doing with that one, you can take them to, or like say you're going like running and long distance stuff. That's really good, and it builds up the muscle tissue really good. And there's no side effects on it like steroids, because it's not a steroid. It's just, it gives you side like effects as a steroid, but it's not a real steroid because it's been made for, like I say, women's breast cancer, and you can take that. But that works really good when you're coming off the steroid, or that works really good if you're going into a show and you're at a certain weight and you don't put loads of weight on it. You might put 10 pounds on it, something. It's quality 10 pounds of muscle. You don't lose it, but it gives you loads of strength as well. But it gives you loads of endurance. So for people who want to do long distance running and biking, that's a steroid. It's not a proper steroid, but it simulates the steroid. But the Boldenon, Masteron, they're the two. The Boldenon's another one that makes you do long distance running, all that type of stuff. But it doesn't give you a lot of muscle tissue. But it's good for people who say want to do powerlifting. So it gives you plenty of strength, but you might put 10 pounds on with it. And when you come off, you might lose 4 or 5 pounds. So that's a good thing if you want to do, like, say, long distance running, or if you want to do boxing at a certain body weight, so you're not putting loads of weight on. Because when you're on the testosterone, like your testosterone and DEC and all them type of things, what they do, they slow you down because they put loads of water in your body. So when you're fighting, you're slower. When I used to fight, I'd go up to 24 stone and I'd come down to about 22 to 20 stone, and I would come off the heavy test and DECA and stuff like that. I would come off that, then I'd switch to the Master and Boldenon for about 3-4 weeks, so the water would come out your system from the heavy testosterones, and then you're on the other one, which is aren't as heavy, but these ones speed your hands up. My hands used to be super fast on them, and it would give you more oxygen in your blood, so you'd be a lot fitter. You'd probably do like 5 more minutes more in a fight than you would without it. So it's really good, but it gives you loads of strength as well. It's good for endurance when you're getting into tangles on the floor, jiu-jitsu moves and stuff like that. So it's really good. Rotary cuff, true. Hold on. ID, rotor cuff injuries to come. Frankie ID, rotary cuff injuries to come. I'll tell you what's really good there, Frankie, for rotary cuff injury is holding, get on a straight bar, hold on that bar like that, just hold on it as long as you can, even if it's a tree, branch or something like that. Any bar in the gym, hanging off a bar, you hang on that bar like that way or whatever, hold, and just hang on that bar as long as you can. And most of the time it isn't your rotary cuff, there's a little like a railway. It's like a little railway, when it comes off the track. It comes off the track on here. Most people have got that, and what it does, it just pulls the traction back in, so it just straightens it back up. Because when you're training on weights, benching's the worst. I wouldn't, if I was anyone, I wouldn't do flat bench. I would do incline press and decline press. I wouldn't do flat press. Everybody who does heavy benching, after 5, 6, 7, 8 years, they end up with bad shoulder unless you go really light. Everyone was benching like 4 and 5 plates. Fucking, you end up with terrible shoulders and elbows. So yeah, I would do a lighter on the Smith machine or something like that, but I'd have it in a decline position, so you're not pressing with your elbows, and you're not pressing with your triceps as well. So you want to be pressing just, with the chest type of thing, but drop the weight. But if you're going to go heavy, obviously make sure you've got a spot with you. But yeah, we've been on over an hour talking about gear. Don't know. Good questions, mate. Repeat in a bit. I don't read it out. Right. I can't remember who that woman was, mate, in the 80s. The massive woman. I can't remember her name. Just part of my Whitbread you're on about. Yeah, the black lass, half caste lass. She was brilliant there. She was actually in a home. She was an orphan, if I'm right, and she did really good. But most of them, I know that you're going to say. I know a lot of these. Discus like we're taking steroids. They were all taking it nearly. They were taking it in a certain way so they didn't get caught, like I said. But they were all taking it nearly all. I mean, look at him, Ben Johnson. He got caught 3 times with it. I think it was Anavar he was on. I think he was taking Anavar, something like that. It was a tablet type form he was taking. But he got caught. He broke the world record. It just shows you that's why they break world records. They're not all fucking. Not everyone's taking it, but I'd say about 90% of them are all onto all this stuff now. So it's not just what you know, it's who you know and what you can take and get away with. And that's what they're all taking. They're all taking bits of drugs now. They're all taking different ones where you can get like growth hormone. Like years ago, they couldn't detect growth hormone. Now they can detect it. And if you get that in your system, you're banned to that as well. But you can take like I say, suspension. You take it in an hour, it starts coming out of your system, it's gone. So they can't test for it because it's sitting out of your system in 1 hour. So you can have 4 shots of that. A lot of people are taking 2 in each of the shoulders, and having two there and 2 in there, and going on and doing some, say, deadlift or something. You see these, you can see where, when these one bust their noses, that, or these well strong spend that. Don't let them know, but they're taking steroids, believe me, because that's why the nose bust, when they're taking tons of steroids, heavy steroids, like test and stuff like that, really big, massive amounts, 10 shots a week and things, 15, 20 shots a week, some of them on, some are on fucking 20, 30 tablets a day. It'd kill me. That's why I never had a problem, because I never ever took tons and tons of it. I thought, well, I could get stronger and take more, but you're going to fuck your liver up, your kidneys. I've never had a problem with liver and my kidneys and out, because I've always only took what's safe and just maybe over a little bit over, just a little bit. But when you're on it, I would only go on it for say a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, and come off it, and come off the 4th month and stay off it for say 2 months to 4 months, stay off it. But I used to go on 3 months, come off 3 months, go on 3 months, come off 3 months. So it'd be like that the full year, 3, 6, 9, 12. That's how I used to do it. But like I say, they're all taking the steroid now, and the main ones that are making money is the pharmaceutical companies, because they're giving them stuff to mask it. They'll give you something to take that goes over the top of it. So when you get tested for the P test, something can cloak it where you can't see it. So they'll take another drug to mask it so you can't see it. So it's all big money sport now, especially this CrossFit training. I mean, they're all into it. sad with that. Yeah, but she was brilliant. She was a lovely lady, but no disrespect to them, but they were definitely on this Saturday. Daley Thompson, yeah, she was really good. Daley Thompson was really good, but nearly all of them I'd seen. It's like Tyson. You seen Tyson? He went to jail. He came out. He was 12 stone or something, 12 and a half, 13 stone. Within 3 weeks, he was fucking 15 and a half stone. You can't put 3.5 stone on for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks without taking drugs. The same as my favourite boxer, the one who got his ear off. What's his name now? You call him the one who got his ear bit off. Come on, you can tell me. Got his name. I always get mixed up with certain names. Holyfield, the band of Holyfield. He was the same. He was always. I loved him because I think of all the people, he had the most bottle out of anyone. He was fighting that Big Daddy Bo, fucking 6'5", 6'6", 16, 17 stone. He was only about fucking 13 and a half, 14 stone. He had a heart of a fucking lion, and he never stopped coming forward. And then when he took the steroid, you could see the difference. Klitschko was the same. Steroid, you could see steroids in both Klitschkos. You could see them when they're young, and you could see both. I can tell who's on steroids just by it. I can walk down the street. I'm going to the gym, and I can tell you in 5 minutes who's taking steroids. Who's taking it and what steroid they're on by just looking at them. If you're soft and scudgy, you don't know to test because you fill up with loads of water. If you're on like hardened drugs where you're coming down and you like Finerjet, Masteron, Balzer and things like that, then you're going to be more firm, more harder, because you don't hold as much water. So out the season, what they do is they go on the heavy tests, like you test your Deca, your Sustanon, your Trembolone. Don't take that Trembolone for fuck's sake. Whatever you do, the chances of dying on that Trembolone is 3 times more than it would be if you took normal steroids, because normal steroids are okay. That Trembolone is fucking. I've seen people have it and have a stupid mental coughing fit. They've got lung cancer or something. I went, why the fuck would you want to take that? Absolutely. Yeah, but it gives me loads of strength, bro. And then 4 weeks later, I find out he's dead. The lad who was taking it. So don't fucking take that Trembolone. It's fucking dangerous. Cartman, the Freak Show, BB. Tune freedom. Just loads of people. I don't want people going out there just thinking, well, I'll have 3 shots of one go and I'll be okay. It's not, because it comes out of your system in 48 hours. 3 days it's out. So if you're taking a big, massive amount as well, it's dodgy taking too much in one go. So you better just having small, little and often, like you say, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Come off the weekend, yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it's just as it's going out, you put it back in again. So your hormones aren't going up and down, up and down. That's where you get the roid rage, and you're coming in, arguing with your partner and stuff, and it's fucking this, and I don't like that food, and you argue over nothing because the steroids make you mental when you're taking too much. Yeah, I can't remember who she was, mate, at Discus now. There was another one, wasn't there? I know what you're on about now. There was 2 one that was there. There was another one I can't remember now. The Americans came in, and then it was all. When the World Strongest Man come over, when Jeff Cave started, they weren't taking steroids, but nowhere near. And when you seen Mike, what was he called? The big massive one from America. His fucking name now. Bill Kazmaier. You could tell they were on steroids. And the Russians were all winning in the 70s. Even the women looked like men, didn't they? They were fucking beating the men, the women nearly. So you could tell they were on steroids, but they were made to take it. They were told by the government they had to take it, no choice. They'd take them out of camps, put them into training camps, pull them up, make them massive. Like the one who was a blonde girl, she was Bonnie. She won it about 3 times. She came out and said, I was made to take steroids. She won 3 gold Olympic medals at the Olympics. She just couldn't be beat. Because some women are more hormone, testosterone, same as men. Like my testosterone's high. That's why I was bigger than for everyone else, because you get somebody else who hasn't got as much. So you have to take a little bit of steroids to give you that little advantage to come back. Lance won the Tour de France. Well, he got bad from all the stuff in there. That Lance Armstrong, I think he was called. He came out and said every single race he done, he took steroids, and that's how he won everything. So then he had, I think, if I'm right, I might be wrong, 75 million. I think he's got 15 now. They took 50. I think they took, I don't know, I think it was 75 or 85 million. I think he might have took 50, 60 million pounds off him. And the sponsors, all them, they all took the money back off him. But imagine telling them at the end all the cheating he did and won, all that one he done. Might as well have kept his mouth shut, the fucking idiot. So he lost 75 million. I think he lost. I think he's worth 15 million. He had a huge neck. There's a few, isn't there? What was your best? I could bench 6 plates each end for 6 reps, 6 plates. And I could do 5 plates on the incline. I could do 6 plates on the decline. Paul Debrick used to see me train in the gym. Mark Johnson, Ali Johnson, Kevin Kilty was coming on the show. The other lad who's been on, Lee Little, will tell you. He'll tell you on his team, Mark, because he used to say, he was saying, our friend who was a boxer, he said, the fucking weights Brian was lifting in jail. The lad, I won't say his name, but he was a European heavyweight champion. He won the Olympics. He said, what are you doing with them 5 plates each? I said, I'm doing bent over row. He went, you fucking get the piss, Brian. He was only about 22, 23. Loved the lad, who and his brother. So I got over and I started doing bent over rowing with 5 plates. Look, screws went, fucking hell. I was super strong. I could squat 7 plates front squat. I did it for 7. I did 6 reps of 7 plates each end. That's in the home house. I did 850 key in home house leg press with fucking half the gym stopped. Everyone watching the gym. 850 key, and I got 15 reps with a lad called Bud Armstrong from Newcastle, and Mark Johnson, Ali Johnson, young Ali Johnson, Mark Davison, about 30 feet and 40 feet in the gym, and my name's on the wall still in the gym. And I did a 2,000 pound leg press with Mark and Ali and Kev Kilty, and Paul Debrick and all them. With Paul Debrick went in his book he written. It's called Paul Debrick. He said, I've never seen anyone bench 6 plates in my life like Brian Cockerill used to in the gym. It was upstairs near the train station. It used to be called, I think Carol used to go to Willie Duffy. Was it Rooms or something called? I think it was called. The pub, the nightclub. But it was right on the very end. He used to work in, the lad can't be his fucking name now. Under the train station he worked. What was it called, that pub? Because you know what? There's a sign there that says Wicks, and it's called Wick as well. That's the name of the fucking pub. I can't believe that. Wickes. He's supposed to bought it. Let's do it right, Wicks. So in that way, God's got the message over there. Wick as well. It was the gym, not the gym. Sorry, the place we used to work. Paul and Mark. He's a great lad. Paul's passed away now, great lad. But he used to spot me on the gym. What are you doing? I said, I'm benching this. He went, fuck off, 6 plates. I went, yeah, I do it every week. Paul, what are you going on about? So Mark came in, and Ali, he came in, your friend. If you ask him, he'll tell you, Tony Boyce, he went, fucking hell, Brian, that's 600 fucking odd pound you're benching there. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, it was good days then. How long does Sus pack up in the cupboard? It doesn't if you keep it in the cupboard cold. Or it's not. As long as you've kept the lid on it and stuff like that, it'll be okay. They'll have a date on it. It'll tell you on the date on there. I can't tell you how long it lasts because it'll have a sell-by date on it. Maybe 2 years, something like that. So there's loads of different dates on them. It's like food in the cupboard. You go in, you've got a date on the back of it. You have dates on. Suster's really powerful, really strong, really good. I would take that in half a mil. I wouldn't have a full straight. It's 250 milligrams Sust. But the ones that you buy and what fucking the labels are half coming off, they're just made in the bathroom in somebody's house or in a garage. They make all the chemicals, they mix them all in. And I've got a friend who works in the lab and he's tested that stuff for me. I've got 10 bottles for nothing. And I give him 10 bottles. One bottle had 40 mil in. The whole bottle should have 250 mil 10 times, which was 2,500 mil. It had 40 mil. To 40 mil, that was it. And it was in it. And some of them had 25 mil, some had 200 mil. So they were all mixed up. So they weren't even made properly. And the lids were fucking shite. And then what they do is, what you need to do, you get a special one where it's sort of on and it's got like it's like embossed into the glass. So it's too much money to spend on them vials. The best ones you can buy are single vials if you can, because the single vials would cost too much money to make 10 little like 10 1 mil bottles. They're the best. Probably Thailand's one of the best when you can get it sent for over there. But Thailand's probably one of the best places. In India used to be one of the best because them countries struggle to sell proper stuff. So there's no way they're going to sell fake stuff. So they sell all the proper stuff. And that's where all the top bodybuilders get the gear from, most of them now. They've got their own labs out there because it's not illegal out there, see. What does it say? Frankie D worries to have jab because it's been part of the covers in half temper. I would just get, I wouldn't mess about with me. I would just get your green. What you've got to do, if you put in your shoulder, blue ones aren't so bad, but draw it up with the green one, and you can do it with the blue. But I always use the green ones when I used to use it. I used to always use the green ones because it's 21.5 gauge needle, the green one, and it's called intermuscular, so it's got to be deep down in the muscle. So when it goes in there, because if you put it in the little blue ones, you don't get it right down deep, you can end up getting an abscess on top of your shoulder. Clean it with the alcohol swab, and when before you use it, what I used to do is I would put it in this, bring it up with the green needle because it's a lot bigger the green needle. Draw it up with. And if you are putting the green one, I'd put the needle on and the syringe on. I'd get a cup of water, warm water, or hotish water, not red hot. Put it in there so the liquid's a little bit thinner. So you're injecting it, it's a lot thinner going into your system. Break it down, massage it into your shoulder, massage it in your backside, whatever. Get it massaged right in really hard, and it breaks it down a lot better, the compound. But when you're picking a big, thick 1 mil in freezing cold weather, it's like glue, it's like putting glue in your shoulder type thing. It's like that thickness. So if you break it down by putting in like a cup of water, then break the seal type thing. But you need a proper little cutter. They're the fucking nightmares when they're little bottles. But the little bottles are the best of 10 mil. They're 1 mil ones. Each bottle's got 1 mil in. Because, like I said, it would cost far too much money. Usually you get these off like top places on the internet, you can get them. But it's not against the law, before you say it's against the law. It's not against the law to buy steroids. It's only against the law to buy them and sell them. Now, if you buy them and you sell them on, say you buy them for 10 quid and you sell them for 20 quid, or you sell for £1, you still get done. It's I think it's Group C, I think it's something it's called. It's in that group, but it's not a massive thing. But if you get caught buying them, they can't do nothing, can't do a fucking thing, especially if you can't buy it from another country and send it through, they can't do nothing. Because it's just for you. If you go to Greece, you go to Spain, you can ask the doctors there, you might cost 30 quid or something. They'll give you a prescription, you say, well, I want 20 tests, 20 DECA, 20 Sustanon, get that, and you've got enough reagents, then you just say, well, it's for myself. And you can't get done off the customs and out for it because it's for yourself, taking it for yourself. If you start hiding it in bottles and all that shit, you get caught. Then they think it's more sinister. So you just say, look, they say, I've got a bit of steroids or not, they're okay, but you've got a letter off the doctor to say you can have it because you go to the chemist with it, you get a prescription. So it's allowed to get you. Even in Spain, you can go in Greece, you can get sleeping tablets. Can I get some? When I was out there, I couldn't sleep because I was in Egypt. And I couldn't sleep. I was in, what was it? Not Egypt, I was in just before Egypt. Oh, I forgot what I call it now. I can't remember. What's it called? Where the mummy was made. I can't think it's called. Morocco, that was it. Morocco. I was in Morocco and I got the tablets there and I took them for fucking hell. One tablet, I was a fucking sleep. But it was red hot in Morocco. Terrible. And when the food was fucking rotten. It was the worst place I've ever stayed in my life. Marrakesh, that was it. I went there because of all the old mummy films and that and all the stuff. I thought, I'd love to go there. And there was actually the mummy getting made. And when I was talking to someone, you have to be out at 10 o'clock your room. You don't get picked up till 12. I fucking hate them holidays. So you're out your room just sitting about, everyone's fucking, you're out your room, let's say, fucking 8 o'clock, and then you don't get picked up till 12 o'clock to do your editing. And then I was talking to Sarah, I said, what do you do? He said, I've just finished filming the mummy. I said, what do you do? You're an actor in that? He said, no, I said, I do the props. I do all the, what to call it, how it's all like an illusion stuff. I can't remember his name, what he did. But he was one of them who did all the stuff for the props for the mummy and makeup on him and all that stuff. That's what he did for his job. Just a young lad, about 25 he was. Old till die, oldum till I die, you bro. John 34. Frankie D. Green. Frankie Dion. I thought he was a footballer. Oldham. I've been to Oldham. Fucking loads of trouble in Oldham. I think it was Oldham. Oldham, Bolton, or Stockport. I get mixed up, I had a big massive riot there with loads of fucking lads from there. Ended up being in jail with them later on. We were all right. It was like fucking crackers. We had all like young lads all throwing bottles at us. Everything at a nightclub. We went to a nightclub to see how they did it. I think it was Oldham. He had a stock pot older than one of them two. There used to be a place called Henry Africa's there. Yeah, I remember we went there. We were all fighting with them all on the coach. We weren't in the club. Yeah, I suppose sad to see Dale go today. I don't know if you went yesterday or today. We got the message. He passed away, but like I say, he was in good spirits when he went. He wasn't down, and he was given time to say goodbye to his family. I'd love that. Say, well, you've got 3 weeks to live or 4 weeks to live. I'd be over the moon with that, because I think, well, in 4 weeks you can do all sorts, couldn't you? You can wipe all your enemies out, or you fucking hate. I know I'd kill at the top of the fucking list. Straight to the top of the list. Bang, 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 bang on the mighty. The first person I'd do, you know exactly what I was doing. Yeah. No, it's not Emma. Who said Emma? Old until I die. Yes. Possibly Manchester, isn't it? It's not far from there. Stockport, Oldham, Bolton, there's another one. Henry Africa's, I'm sure it was called that. Pub, nightclub. What the 80s it was, what, 88, 88 I think it was, 87, 88, 89 maybe. Maybe 88, 89 maybe, I think I'm right, yeah. Used to have singing on, like people singing on the nights, them bands, and Eddie Kidd coming and all that. But he said, "Are you mate? I'm already going into that. We wait for a fucking dickhead called Eddie Kidd." He said, "I am Eddie Kidd." John Black, he on the door at Henry Africa's in Stockton. We were fucking good nights there. Good laugh. You have a fight with someone, they get beat, to come over and they say, "Are we all right? Get in next week." Of course you are. We fight. We had two nights ago. You fighting the week? Yeah, it was me. Go and get yourself in. How much is that? I went, "Fuck, I'll get yourself in. Just let him in for now." Because the honesty and just coming into the, I was sorry the other night. It was me. I was fighting with you. He said, "I deserved to slap off you. I'll give him a slap." This kid fucking tried to have a fight with me. I only slapped, didn't he? Mad. Put him on his ass, and he was shouting, bawling at me. Come back the Friday, Monday I think it was. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So 2 or 3 days later he came back and went, "Can I get him? I already got in." I said, "Why?" I couldn't remember who he was. And when he told me, I remembered. People come up and go, "You haven't seen a lass with black hair, blue eyes, have you?" There's 1,500 people in there. "Oh, you haven't seen a lad with a pair of jeans on and a pair of black shoes?" Fucking hell. How the fuck do I know there's fucking 1,500 people in there? "Oh, you haven't seen a lass, have you, with blonde hair? And she got eyes. She got lips." Fucking hell. You haven't seen a lass with blonde hair? Fucking unbelievable. In a rave with 3,000 people. In a rave off your fucking tits. "Oh, you haven't seen a lad with a shell track." Every fucking had shell tracksuits. Everyone had shell tracksuits. No one did. No one wear clothes. Tracky bottoms. That's what got me. Just wearing tracky stuff all the time. Just waiting the doors. I'd go in with my tracky bottoms on. So there was trouble. I'd be fighting with my shorts and stuff on. And I just kept wearing them all the time when I go out. I've been to a few clubs and you can't get with trackies. I said, "Well, who's going to stop me?" And then the owners of the club said, "Sprack, don't be stopping there." Or it's Bash would have his clubs in stock there. In Middlesbrough, the lads went, "You can't get in, you know." Tracksuit on, the Bash is like behind him, like putting his hands on his head, thinking he's going to get fucking killed in a minute, this lad. But he just got out of jail. I said, "I can't go and get, don't pay me." "I know the owner, he's a good friend of mine." "No, you have to pay." Big Geordie he was, big lump of lad. I said, "I have to pay." And he went, I said, "Bash, will you tell me?" He said, "No, he doesn't have to pay." So I goes in. So when, and Emma was there. I just got out of jail. And she used to be there every weekend. She loved it with her mate, Debbie. Anyway, I goes in, Havana's. No, it wasn't Havana, it was the one before Havana. He just got it, what's it called, not Havana's? What's it called? Fucking hell. Freddie Beasy had it and he sold in the Belmont, I think it was. Anyway, goes in there and he took over at Bash, multi-millionaire. And he went, anyway, so the lad, I got in, and the owner said, "Oh, he's okay." So I goes in, I'm stood there and he come over and so I've stood my foot ready to throw a shot, got this position, my head down. And I just so I can always see the feet, because the feet give it away in the eyes and the movement of the throw the punch. He went, "Look, I'm sorry, put his hand out." He went, "I didn't know you were Brian Cockerill." I didn't know it was you. Honest to God, I'm not being funny, I didn't know. I said, "Calm down, for fuck's sake. It's only a fucking misunderstanding. Forget about it, mate." He said, "Do you want to drink?" I said, "No, son, you're all right, don't worry." I said, "He said, sure we're all right?" I said, "Listen, give us your hand. Come here, give my colour." I said, "Of course we're all right. Shook his head like that. And he only like 28 he was. But I was like, he was younger than me. But Yeah, he fucking was only asking me for to pay the money. I didn't have to pay because the owner used to let me in. And every club I used to get in and out. And when I was in there was never no trouble in any clubs. Never. I used to sort it out just by being in there. My name was in there. But yeah, I never fucking bullied anyone. The only person who started that fucking room was that fucking clown we don't talk about. Freedom, thank you very much, mate. That'll help them towards the fund, towards the internet and stuff. Yeah, so I hope people understand now. Go to the doctors, go in there and say, I wanna, tell them to fuck his bike scales on it. If you want to be a mad brother. So go to the doctor and say, Brian Cockerill sent me. I'll just go to the doctor and say, I think my testosterone levels are low. They'll give you a blood test and tell them I want a liver function test. I'll test your liver to see the enzymes are working right, because that's another thing. I've had all mine done. My blood pressure, everything, liver, everything's perfect. Kidneys, all perfect. I thought my eyes were bad, but it wasn't. It was just an infection of the leaving it and fucking poking bits in your eye. So if you go in there, if you get an eye infection, make sure you go and see the doctor, because we were just getting normal eye drops, and you have to have some like allergic conjunctivitis ones they had. That's what it turned to. We're not fucking getting it treated with the proper eye drops, putting Optrex in and this one and that one and that one. He said, no, you need antibiotics in the eye drops. 20 minutes I was on it. 2 drops. Started getting better. But, yeah. Frankie Lee coat, many colours, days. Stealth mongoose. Coat of many colours. That was the that's what you're on about, the hypo lads bottled it over the head. All of them tidy. Hartlepool lads bottled me over that. I never got bottled over the head by any Hartlepool lads. I've never had any trouble off any Hartlepool lads, so I've never been to Oldham on there with the football. I went to Oldham. It was a nightclub, and they weren't bottling. They're throwing bottles in the air, and we grabbed the trays. And the trays saved us with the trays. You know the trays where people get served. Grabbed the trays. There was about 100 of them, but they were all from Oldham. The football match was on. They were coming down off the bridge. There's an old bridge coming down. We're in the coaches park in this place, and they all started throwing bottles. This big top were coming out 6'4". He went, "Oh, he's the main one." It was only little. I said, "I'll fight you then. Me and you said 1-1. We'll call it a day." And we just started throwing all these fucking bottles at and everything. So anyway, the police come in, cleared out. But we were at the back, but they were just throwing all the glasses off the tables at them. We were just doing that with the trays. I said, "Put the trays up," and I got the girls glass like that. Get behind there, yous. Get behind there, and I pulled these big tables right in front. So we had like Rock's Drift. It was like fucking the Zulus, and it was only about 10, 12 or something like that. About 14, 15 of us all in because the glass collectors were there. But I put the girls in that, and they were screaming and pounding down the shutters because all the glasses were coming. And there was no one got hurt or anything. But I said, grab the trays, because there were trays where you could hold them like that, turn them that way, like a shield, like a fucking, like a shield, like a Roman centurion. I said, fucking brilliant idea, John. So if we just done that and put them on our heads, and they were just all bouncing the glasses because they couldn't get through because the tables we had up were stopping them coming through because we had the tables high as well. So that was like a wall in front of us. About 15 minutes to carry on with them. And no one got hurt. That was a fucking funny night. It was, to show them how their club worked compared to the club we had, because we weren't making money. I said, well, won't work. Gay clubs won't work in Stockton. I'm telling you now, it won't work to the bloke. And anyway, I was right. It didn't work because nobody was into all that stuff then. I said, you might be Manchester because they're more further forward than us. We're more like fucking backward because we're fucking in little villages type of thing. So Liverpool, Manchester, London, that you might get away with gay clubs, but you won't get away with them in like Stockton, which is like Hardwick, was tough as fuck. They're all like, oh, he fucking looking at the puff and they want to fight them, just like lads walking around with dresses on in this club. I said, that won't work in Stockton. I said, you talking about lads who do out work in the mines and stuff. I said, we've fucking never seen something like that. What a man walking on the lips, like it's literally savage. And I have no qualms about it. I'm like, Sonny, all right, are we doing all right? He talked to me, young kid, it was like a drag queen thing. It didn't bother me one bit, but I said, it's not going to work in that club. And I was right. And John Black said the same. I said, so within 3 weeks of opening up and trying to make it, there was like because it was all like, you like your mum and dad in the 70s when they went out? It was all that type of people. They were all still stuck at the time warp with like the 70s. So the gay scene wasn't in Stockton, Middlesbrough, nothing there. I think there's only one club in Middlesbrough. There's only been one club ever in Middlesbrough. But it wasn't the time to be there. I don't know if it's now, I'm not sure, but I don't think it's still not any, I don't think. So I said it won't work. And then all the young kids are all tough fuckers, are all fucking want to get into fights and all that. They were torturing them, so it never worked. So within about 3 or 4 weeks, it closed down, and Africa shut down. They've been up there for years as well, but it used to be called the. Like I said, I've got friends who are gay, and with loads of people from the rave clubs that were gay, and you're coming, "Oh, you big fan? Can I get a couple of them things?" And all the gay lads were always smart. Like all the clothes were always smart. They were always all the everything was immaculate, or sunbeds and all that, and the nails and everything were always immaculate. And if they ever got an E off you, and they said, "Look, can I get 10 off you on Monday, Brad?" You give them it Monday, text your thing and said, "I've got that. The dog's here for you." I mean, you've got your pasting. I'll just get somebody to come pick it up. And that's the way, like, really good manners as well. They were not like cheeky bastards where some of them are cheeky little cunts, but they were all right. But they weren't what people think. People got all this fucking shite, all this crap in their head about, oh, he's shot the other. I don't give a fuck if he's gay, he's fucking whatever, lesbian, whatever she is, whatever. It doesn't bother me. As long as people are nice to me, I'm nice to them. So yeah, it takes all kinds for the world to go around. And so somebody might be a little bit, like somebody might be a tomboy or somebody might be whatever. It doesn't mean you're seeing a bad person. That's your gender. That's what you are. There's nothing being like that. I've got friends who've got daughters who are lesbian and things. It doesn't bother me anyway. It doesn't bother me any single bit. It doesn't bother me a bit. It doesn't bother me. Fucking gay lads. Anything never ever bothered me. Never had a problem. Think, oh, he's gay. I've got a problem with him. Nothing whatsoever. Well, what's he asking for? 100. What is this for, mate? 90, 100 as well. I'm lost there, mate. Are you talking to each other? Yeah, I've never done that way, mate. We've just Stockton. I was at. I've never even. I used to go to the Borough matches with my dad when I was a kid, but I never supported. I used to support Man United. My Uncle Frank played for them. If you put his name up, Francis McGivern, you'll see him stood next to what they call him, played for Ireland and Scotland, full back. I can't remember his fucking name now. Frank was his best man at his wedding. I can't remember his name now. I've been at the Manchester City thing where we've gone, which are Bobby Charlton and all that, because he played for Man. He was only in the youth team. He never got in the big team. But he's still got the tide every year. They go, you're allowed to go with 2 guests twice a year, every 6 months. So I went out. Jamie went with me. He was talking to Alex Ferguson. Jamie, when he went, he was in the toilet. He went, all right, son, he was talking to Jamie. So I thanked him to meet and all that, but he couldn't shake his hand because he was having a wee at the thing. So, the toilet. But yeah, I went the next time without Frank and the other lads. We met, like I say, we met him, Gordon Banks on one eye, met him, talking to him, lovely man. And Frank, it's all about goalkeepers, the old goalkeepers. Bert Troutman, you remember him? I think he was Polish or German, got captured in the war. He was in goal, played in goal after the war, and he was in goal for, I don't know, say Leicester or something, and he got a broken neck, like a vertebrae, I think mine was. One of his vertebrae was broken. He fucking played in goal all the way through with a broken neck. In goal, fucking unbelievable. Bert Troutman, I think he was called. The other one was Harry Clegg, I think he was called, the Irish one. He said, when George Best come, he put the ball through my legs twice. He said, a little bastard. He said, you do that again to me, I'm going to knock you fucking out. Fuming with him. He said, I was really raging with him. He said, no one had ever done that in my life. He said, he went left, he went right, he went, I just put the ball through my legs and scored. And everyone was laughing at me because he was only 14, 15-year-old, George at the time. Made him look stupid. Right, I'm going to go, guys. Just a quick in the night. Let's just under 2 hours. Obviously still down a lot for the deal and that, but on my dad. So just sort of come on up, he's out with that if you need anything. Anyone needs to text me on here, just text me. I'll answer me stuff. Oh, brilliant. It's got me protein. That's the best protein in all to get. Whey protein. If you want to get whey isolate protein, you can get it in Tesco's. It's a tenner for 500 grams, I think it is. Something like that now. It's really cheap. It's the best one you can get. You don't need loads like you do on the other stuff because the other one is full of maltodextrose, which is just fucking sugar. And then the other ones with loads of calories in. They're no good because it's just pure sugars. You might as well just go get a fucking tub of £2 a bag of sugar and drink that all day. It's just the same thing you do when you're just putting sugar in your body. And that's the worst thing for muscle tissue, sugar. It ruins your muscle. And also alcohol and smoking. Cannabis kills the steroids in your body as well. So, okay, guys, love you all. I'll see you all soon, and thanks for listening to me. I hope I've educated you a little bit with that. So, just get to the doctors before you do anything. Get tested, get checked out before you do anything, because that's what they do for you, and they'll do it for you. This fucking thing just went happening. Can't do it. You'll have to let them do it. He's the expert. Fucking shite with these computers. All these years, I've never fucking bothered with them. You have to learn, don't you? I still can't fucking do it. The mouse is a fucking, I think it's a fucking rat fucking mouse. It's a fucking rat. That's what I've got. I think you bought me a rat here, mate. Instead of a fucking mouse. Yeah, I've done it. Fucking hell, I've done the mouse as well. Yeah, it's going left when I'm pushing right. It's going right when I'm pushing. Fucking hell. I've done it again. Oh, yes. Is that it?